Hello, and we are back. It is nice to see you again. I would like to document the date and time for this discussion. Date 10/7/2025. Time 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, we are back, and I'm going to go ahead and go over a few stories that I would like to share with you. Starting with this one. This is the story of the fisherman. There's a fisherman that's just pulled his boat into the dock, and while he's tying it up, there's a businessman that walks by. And the businessman notices the fisherman, and he notices that the fisherman has quite a few fish in his boat. So he gets the fisherman's attention, and he says to the fisherman, "How long did it take you to catch all those fish?" The fisherman responds, "Not long." And the businessman says, "Well, why aren't you still out fishing then? Why aren't you trying to get more?" And the fisherman says, "Because I only catch what I need, and then I just bring the boat in." The businessman says, "Well, what do you do with the rest of your time?" He says, "Well, I spend time with my family, my children. I relax a little bit, and really I just enjoy life." And the businessman says, "Well, listen, I have a proposal for you. I think I could help you if you listen to me." The fisherman says, "Okay, I'm listening." The businessman says, "Well, what you need to be doing is, if that's how many fish you can catch in a small amount of time, imagine the amount of fish that you could catch fishing all day. You should be out on the water more. And if you get enough fish, you can keep the fish that you need, and you can start selling the other fish. And once you start selling the other fish, you can start scaling profit to be able to hire employees on your fishing boat. And then you would be able to catch even more fish. And once you make enough money off of that, you can get another fishing boat. And then you can start catching even more fish and gaining even more profit. And then you can start having your own chain of fishing boats out in the water all day long. And then once you scale your profit enough, you can start selling these fish to big known companies and even big 5-star restaurants. And then you can start scaling your business into a corporation. And then eventually, over a period of 15 to 20 years, you'll be able to scale your business to a point to where you would make millions of dollars and you would be able to retire. And then once you retire, you'd be able to fish a little bit, go back home, spend time with your children, spend time with your wife, relax a little bit, and enjoy the rest of your life. And the fisherman just looks at him and smiles. The businessman asks the fisherman, "Why are you smiling?" And the fisherman says, "Isn't that what I'm already doing?" And the point of this story, the lessons from this story, is that most people in life chase something that they don't realize that they already have. And they spend most of their time chasing something that they realize that they don't even want. And a lot of times, they wind up running out of time and never actually get to do the life and the things in life that they want. Sometimes in life, you already have everything that you need. Don't go chasing it. Story 2. There's a donkey. The donkey's walking. And without paying attention, accidentally falls down into a deep well. And finds himself stuck, unable to get out. And the donkey pleads for help. But no one hears him, and hours go by. And eventually the owner of this donkey realizes that this donkey is stuck down in this well. And he immediately starts trying to get this donkey out. And through numerous attempts and hours of exhausted effort, the owner of this donkey comes to a conclusion that he's not going to be able to get this donkey out. So the farmer realizes that he doesn't want his donkey to suffer down in this well. So it's best to just put his donkey out of its misery. And it's the right thing to do. So he grabs a shovel, and he starts shoveling dirt down into this well. And the donkey feels this dirt hitting its back. And as this owner is shoveling this dirt into this well, about a half hour goes by, and something unexpected happens that the owner of the donkey notices. Out through the time that the owner thought that he was burying the donkey with dirt to try to stop his suffering, the donkey had been shaking the dirt off of its back and using the dirt, which was what was supposed to bury him, as leverage to step up on. And with each shovelful of dirt, the owner of this donkey realizes that he was actually giving the donkey the tools to save himself. And eventually, after shovelful of dirt, after shovelful of dirt, the dirt fills up this well, and the donkey walks right out of it. Now this is a very deep lesson for life. Because it frames two different sides of a coin. One, what life throws at you. Two, what you decide to do with it. It also deals a lot with perception. Because we may not know exactly what the donkey was thinking when the first shovels of dirt hit his back. But out through each shovelful of dirt that the donkey's owner threw down into that well, he was mourning the loss of his donkey. and ultimately perceiving that he was burying his donkey. And to the owner's surprise, he was giving the donkey the chance to live. Take the lesson of the donkey and the lesson of the owner and utilize this out through life. Because what is happening to you may actually be happening for you. But if it goes unrecognized, it may just be the thing that buries you alive. %90 of the population react to life and spend their entire time doing so. But the truth is that only 10% of life actually happens to you. And that 90% of your life is what you choose to do with it. Stop reacting to life. Stop creating automatic momentum. If you are lost in the woods and you don't know where to go, start walking. Because even if you find yourself walking in the wrong direction, you have now gained enough information to start heading in the correct direction. But sitting in the woods and not moving will ultimately kill you. But you have to walk for the will of creating momentum on purpose. Because in another scenario, let's say instead of staying exactly where you are in the woods, you decide to start walking around in circles. Both are acts of momentum, but one is an act of intentional momentum, and the other is an act of automatic momentum. But only one of those momentums are going to get you out of the woods. Do not let your mind deceive you that doing something is better than doing nothing. Walk with intention. Story 3. Building the man builds the world. There's a father, and he comes home to find his son bored and in need of attention. And he asks his son, "What's going on?" And his son says, "I just want to spend time with you. I miss you. You're gone all the time." So with the father having sympathy for his son, he tells his son, tomorrow, I'll pull the truck out, hook the boat up, grab the tackle, and I'll take you fishing. And the son, with such excitement, rushes up to bed and can't wait for tomorrow. The next morning, the father wakes up, realizes the son's still asleep. So he goes downstairs, and he decides that since it's so peaceful, he'd like to have a little bit of time that morning to relax. So he pours himself a cup of coffee, sits down, grabs a newspaper, starts reading it. A few seconds later, his son comes down the steps, and with excitement, says, Dad, are you ready? Can we go fishing now? And the father internally says to himself, I was really enjoying relaxing. I wish I had a couple more minutes to do so. So his father comes up with an idea. And he takes a piece of newspaper out. And there's a world on it. Earth. And he rips it up into a bunch of pieces. Sets it on the table. And he tells his son, by the time that you build that Earth and put those pieces back together, I'll be done with my coffee, and I will immediately get up and we'll go fishing. And the son says, okay. So the father sits down, reading his newspaper, enjoying his coffee, admiring how clever he is to have come up with an idea that has bought him more time to relax. A couple minutes later, his son walks up to him, and he says, Dad, I'm done. And the father looks over, surprised, and says, that was fast. There's no way you could have done that easily, and that quick. Son walks up, hands him a piece of newspaper, and indeed, the Earth is built. He looks at his son and he says, Son, how did you do that so fast? And his son says, well, while I was building the Earth, a piece dropped on the ground. And when I grabbed it, I looked up through the glass table that the newspaper ripped up was sitting on, and I saw a piece of a man's face. So I grabbed the ripped up newspaper and started flipping the pieces over, and I realized there was a man on the back of it. So instead of building the Earth, I just put the man together. And that was much easier than putting the Earth together. The lesson from this story is, one, building the man is easier than building the world. And two, you must first build the man to build the world. See, building the man actually builds the world. And most people spend their entire lives trying to build the world. And they realize too late that they never built the man. First. You have to build from inside before that can start projecting the tools outwardly to build the world around the man. Look inward, not outward. Building yourself is the only way to build the world that you want around you. Because if you did not build the man first, you have no compass to guide you on how to build your world. Most people spend a lifetime never understanding this crucial insight that I have now given you. Don't wake up and realize one day too late that the world you have built around you is one that you don't want. Build yourself first.